Hello, Jim Distortion here, doing a daily short for Distortion's Got Issues on YouTube in the studio today. On the internet, there's all these life coaches telling you all these vibrant things about how to live your life and what to do. And if you do all these things, then you'll find money and you'll find happiness and you'll find love and you'll find everything you're looking for. And 99.9% of all that is bullshit, right? So they're just clickbait to make sure you get likes and views on YouTube and become an internet guru. The idea of becoming an internet guru is slightly frightening considering how broken and tragic I can be on occasions. And also, I don't want to tell you how to live your life in any way, shape or form, simply because I haven't found out how to live mine any better than muddling through life as I go. I think it should be said at this point, right, that I watch a lot of YouTube because I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to become interesting and relevant without changing who I am or what I do. There are certain rules you have to conform to get where you're going or to get where I'm going, so I understand that. But every so often you come across something that really makes you think. And today it was about, weirdly, death. And how people's perception of death changes as they get older. Obviously, you're getting closer to death. The only real point that I can make that there can be no argument with is that you are going to die at some point. Our life is not endless. But when you're young, you don't think it is going to end. It's almost like you don't believe that death is going to happen to you. Because you're young, you're vibrant, you can do whatever you like. I'm only 45, I'm not dead yet, but I'm starting to fall apart a little bit. My hips are dead, my knees dead, all of that stuff. But, more's to the point. Do you want to spend your life wasting the time you do have? Or do you want to make use of every second that you can? Now, I'm not talking about running around and doing worthwhile things, in the eyes of other people. I'm talking about doing worthwhile things for you. How often do you spend arguing with your missus or your mister or your whoever, your significant other? How often do you waste shouting at your kids when they're running around having fun and it's getting up your nose? How often do you sit on your phone and while away hours when you could be doing something that you want to do that's slightly more interesting? Excuse me. I think it should be said that, recently... I've been talking a lot about what phones do, and I'll put up here somewhere a link to the videos that show you what we do with our phones and how we gave it all up. But what I wanted to say is outside of all the self-motivation rubbish that you see, the one that struck a chord with me recently is this: yes, you're going to die, and you need to understand that and embrace it, because if you can write off the fact that you're going to live forever, then maybe your time might become a bit more precious. Maybe you'll find things to do that are more interesting. You will find a way to live your life and you get more and more out of it. Now, the most common complaint on a deathbed is that they wish they hadn't wasted so much time. And they're not talking about, not achieving or going to work and doing all that. They're necessary evils. You have to do that. What they're talking about is not achieving what they wanted to achieve because they said they didn't have time, or they were too busy, or they were too busy chasing money that they didn't need, and that kind of thing. So have a realization of it. Are you paying your bills? Are you okay? Are you feeding your family? Okay, you might not drive the best car, you might not, ride the best motorcycle, you might not ride the best horse, I don't know, right? But if you're succeeding in life in any way, that means that you're not struggling too badly, you're paying your bills, everything's okay, but also you have time to function with your family. You have time to take them to places, go for walks, do that, play with your son, interact with whoever's there. And if you do have that time and you do achieve those things, then stop chasing money. You're okay. If it's not about who ends up with the most little golden balls at the end of the death day. You can't take it with you. You can't make a difference by dying with more gold than anybody else. What you can make a difference is in people's lives, and you'll live forever by people remembering you and what you did and how you did it. And I think that's more important. It struck a chord with me. I don't know why. I'm not thinking about my own mortality more than I ever did. I'm more than aware that you can die, having almost died once. And I don't say that to be melodramatic, it's just the truth. And when you make peace with the fact you're going to die, then you can move on. You can get on with what you've got, and you can be busy instead of being, aimlessly transient, wandering for what you're going to do. Everyone has plans. I have plans to make videos on YouTube. I have plans to play with my son and watch him grow up and teach him how to do things, get him welding, making furniture and all of that. And because I have those plans, I want to make them go forward. My wife has plans to get a new job, which she just did, and, form a career and make a new thing. That's what she's doing. Yes, there are going to be times where you sit down and you think, God, I'm tired, and you sit there and do nothing. That's all right. It's not about wasted minutes. It's about wasting things in a futile search for things you don't need. It's nice to have shiny trinkets and baubles, and it is nice to have those things, and I've had a few in my time. But what's even better is when you go to bed tired every day thinking, do you know what, I've done as much as I can a day, and I've had a good time doing it. It just struck a chord with me, that was all. I think everyone could learn a little bit from, ignoring their wants and needs above and beyond what you want and need. Obviously, you don't ignore it all. Yes, you want to have a little bit more money for a rainy day. You want to have a backup fund. You want to do all of that. But don't make the chase for money your goal in life, because at the end of the day, like I say, if you die with lots of gold, you still die. It's not going to make any difference at all. If you could subscribe, that would be great. Up here is yesterday's video, and down here is one from YouTube that will pick for you, because they know better what you want than I do. See you tomorrow.